Japanese girl massage is a timeless practice that weaves together heritage, mindfulness, and the healing art of touch into one flowing ritual that feels less like treatment and more like poetry expressed through the body. It begins with the understanding that every human being carries invisible rivers of energy within, that the body is not only flesh but also vibration, not only muscle but also memory, and the hands that glide across the skin are not merely pressing or rubbing but guiding, listening, and interpreting the silent language of tension and release. The essence of Japanese girl massage is rooted in balance, in harmony, in the idea that wellness is not achieved by force but by grace. Not by domination of the body but by cooperation with its rhythms. This is why when a Japanese girl masseuse begins her work, there is a sense of ceremony in every movement, an intentional grace that reveals years of tradition and training that teach her to feel more than she sees, to respond more than she speaks, to care with the fingertips as deeply as one might care with words or with music. The experience begins with environment because the Japanese tradition recognizes that healing is not only about hands but about atmosphere. Before the massage starts, the room itself becomes a gentle cocoon. Lanterns are dimmed, casting amber shadows that sway lightly against wooden walls. Tatami mats absorb footsteps with silence, and a faint aroma rises. Sometimes the sweet floral note of camellia oil, sometimes the earthy comfort of green tea essence. The client feels invited into a sanctuary, not a clinic. This transition is important, because the massage is not meant to be clinical or mechanical but deeply human, and the setting prepares the mind to surrender its defenses, to allow the body to soften, to let trust bloom. When the Japanese girl therapist enters, her presence itself is calming. There is a politeness, a respectful grace that flows from her demeanor. And when she prepares the oil, warming it gently between her palms, it is not rushed but performed as if part of the ritual. The oil glistens under the dim light, and as it first touches the skin, it is like a whisper. Warm and smooth, signaling safety. Then her hands begin to move in long continuous strokes, strokes that are not hurried but deliberate. Strokes that map the body like a river tracing its path to the sea. The pressure rises and falls, sometimes featherlight, sometimes deeper, always tuned to the muscles beneath. She listens with her hands, noticing where tension hides, where stress clings, where breath becomes shallow, and she responds not with force but with compassion. The rhythm of Japanese girl massage is unique. It is not simply repetitive kneading but a flowing choreography where every movement links with the next, where pauses are as meaningful as strokes, where the body is guided into a state of surrender. The oils chosen are deeply nourishing. Camellia oil softens the skin, rice bran oil hydrates, and green tea oil infuses antioxidants that rejuvenate. These oils are not merely lubricants but part of the therapy, adding aroma, nourishment, and energy to the session. As the hands continue to glide, knead, and press, the muscles begin to release. Shoulders that once carried weight soften, the back begins to arch with ease. Legs that felt heavy become light. But the healing is not only physical. As the mind is lulled by the repetitive grace of the strokes, the internal chatter begins to fade. Thoughts grow distant, worries dissolve like mist, and a quiet clarity takes their place. It is as though the massage is not only working on the skin and muscles but also on the mind's storms, calming them until the waves settle. Clients often describe entering a meditative state, where they are neither asleep nor